This is Ask MandRproductions episode 97. If you guys are new to the series, you guys ask me questions and then I answer them. It's pretty straightforward. If you guys have a question for next week, the comment section below is the place to be. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our first question from Thomas. He says, are you going to review the leaked Batman set when it's released? Of course I'm going to. I am really excited for whatever the upcoming direct-to-consumer Batman set is going to be. I don't really know the exact release date yet, but I'll definitely be at the LEGO store the day of to pick it up, assuming it's the Batmobile like I think the rumor is. So really looking forward to whatever that ends up being. Javier Diaz says, how many girlfriends you had? And the answer to that is one. There you go. Steven says, then you need to start No Shave November 1 week early. This is in reference to me saying that I didn't want to keep doing No Shave November during Thanksgiving because we would have family over and I just don't want to have, whatever it is, I don't want to know. So I will start early in relation to how many days or what day I decide and look at a calendar that I'm going to actually shave everything away, and I'll do a little vlog of that on M&R Vlogs. I'm sure you guys will see that there. Callum says, can you rank all the Star Wars films, including Rogue One and Solo? And I get this a lot, and I'm a LEGO Star Wars channel for the most part, so I don't usually do like videos on movies. But I think after Episode 9 comes out, I will do a video ranking all of the Star Wars movies. I think I have to, at this point, wait until Episode 9 comes out. I've said for like years now, maybe not years, but for a considerable amount of time, I've been pretty hard on the point that I just don't want to do something like that and rank everything, because to me, I don't look at stuff like that. It's just like I enjoy Star Wars on the whole. Like, some movies are better than others, that's just how it is, but I don't want to like sit there and be like, oh, this is the worst Star Wars movie, it's terrible, although there is one. I think Episode 2 is bad. I think I gotta rewatch everything, and after Episode 9 as well, I will be able to actually realistically decide what the ranking for all the Star Wars films should be. So I'll do that for you, just not right here, right now. JScars8 says you should end it, being Ask MandRproductions, at episode 99. Then you won't have to think of a 100 episode special. Dude, that is next level thinking, my friend. Oh my goodness, like this is 40 chess on steroids. You guys, you know, this might be the way to go. Then I don't have to do anything special. I don't have to think outside the box. I can just end the series like that. Edible Pigeon, what a weird name, says, we know Ryan's on that Fortnite Part 2 grind. I have not played Fortnite since like March. I'm sorry, guys. Not playing Fortnite Part 2. It looks kind of cool. Watched a little bit of Tifu's stream actually earlier tonight. I was just bored. He was like fishing in a pond in the storm, or I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Fortnite Season 2 is weird. But I will say, I saw this really funny clip on Twitter, and I'll show it to you guys, of this guy in Fortnite Season 2 shooting down a hill at a guy down below him, and he wasn't like getting the hits when he was shooting at him, and then he walks down the hill, and then he realizes it's his own shadow. So that was the funniest Fortnite clip I think I've ever seen, and I will say it maybe I want to play it a little bit, but not enough to actually make me play the game. Phil says, what is your favorite Star Wars and non-Star Wars minifig of 2019? I think Bulio is easily the best minifig for LEGO Star Wars of 2019. I mean, how can we argue with Bulio? As far as non-Star Wars though, the only one that immediately comes to mind is Popstar Benny. Like, that figure is also off the chain. I love the look of Popstar Benny. So those are going to be my two tentative answers. I do want to do some year in review type videos of like that, where I'd be like top 10 LEGO minifigs of 2019. And I want to start getting in a groove where I do that year by year as a fun way to kind of look back on the year and see what LEGO did maybe right and wrong, like good and bad things. Graydon says, do you like roller coasters? So here's a little thing about me. I don't think I've ever said this. I have never been on a roller coaster with loops. I generally do not like roller coasters. I'm not much of a thrill seeker, if you haven't figured that one out by some of my recent answers on skydiving and indoor skydiving and stuff like that. I get all my thrill right here on Call of Duty and playing basketball, and you know, like I don't need to do these life-threatening things to get my adrenaline going. So no, I do not really like roller coasters. They're cool to look at. I loved, oh my god. Yo, Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2, I'm sure I've talked about them before on the channel because they are some of my favorite games ever. Man, I haven't even thought about that in a while. but I love those games. I actually bought the like remade version on my iPad. I haven't played it very much on there because it's a little bit tough to do on your iPad, but oh man, Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm so glad I thought about that. I'm going to be playing that, or at least watching some videos on it or something. But Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 are some of the greatest games I've ever played. I wish they were multiplayer. I would love to play with people, but yeah, it just popped in my mind. Sorry, tangent. Weird Letters for a Name says, how many sets do you think are going to come out for the new season of Star Wars The Clone Wars? So this is another thing that has kind of a future video implication to it because it's something I want to do, is like LEGO Star Wars 2020 set predictions. And if you set the over-under for LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars sets in 2020 at 4.5, I would take the under. I think there's just too much happening with Star Wars right now for LEGO to high-key focus on one thing. 4.5 being the over-under. I'm taking the under. You guys can vote on the poll right now on screen. Over meaning you think they'll make 5 or more sets. Under meaning you think they'll make 4 or less sets. I'm just curious what you guys think. My expert opinion, I'm going with the under on the over-under that I said. Emerald Archer 39 says, hey MNR, have you ever played the Halo games? If so, what's your favorite game? Mine's Halo 2. So I have never had an Xbox, but some of my friends in the neighborhood I used to live in had an Xbox when I was younger, and some of those days during the summer and everything, we'd go over to his house, we'd play 4-player split screen on Halo private match, and I don't remember like if it was Halo 2 or 3, but whatever it was would technically be my favorite Halo game. I genuinely did enjoy myself playing those games. It had to be like 2008-ish, so whatever Halo game was big at that time, I would say is the one, because it was before like I got a PS3 and everything, so I wasn't like a huge gamer. So I would go with whatever it was I was playing then. I just don't remember. But those 4-player split screen in the front room of my friend's house are some good memories. Shout out to Sage. A White Elephant says, are you dressing up for Halloween? And I don't have any Halloween plans, which is kind of sad to think about. And honestly, kind of a nice tie-in with our last question about my old neighborhood, is that our new neighborhood doesn't get trick-or-treaters, or like this area I live in, I guess. But I used to live in like a neighborhood, and tons of kids lived there, and it was awesome. And every Halloween it would be packed. So not here though, but at my old house, yes. But no reason to dress up, because no one's even gonna come knock on our door to get candy, which is really sad. So that Luxury RKC says, what is your favorite LEGO Star Wars commercial? I gotta go with like the 2005 Turbo Tank, although the 2006 Star Destroyer one isn't that bad either. Like I think it was Star Destroyer and Slave One. I think they were kind of both in there. Those era commercials are probably my favorite. I know I haven't even seen any of the more like recent, like last 4 or 5 years of LEGO Star Wars commercials. I gotta get on YouTube and look those up and see what they're like, but I'm sure there's not too much different. But I would say like 2005 Turbo Tank, 2006 Star Destroyer, Slave One type stuff would be my favorites. I Am Leg has a question, says, have you come to your senses yet about the brickbuster you made about solid bricks and beyond the brick that you didn't call a brickbuster, but it was totally a brickbuster? So I will answer this question. However, I have to kind of make this criticism about the way you're asking your question. You say, have you come to your senses yet? And I don't think that's a fair way to put it. I think you have to understand that different people are going to have different opinions on things than other people. You may think that I am 100% in the wrong, and while to a degree, I don't think I'm 100% in the right, but I think there is 100% some validity to the points I'm making in the video that people need to be disclosing their relationships. Now, I did make the video unlisted because I don't really know why I made it unlisted. I think I felt pressured to make it unlisted. I mean, it did have a positive like-dislike ratio. It was about 2 to 1, I think like 1,000 to 500. But I don't know, I did feel kind of pressured into taking it down. None of my friends, at least in that friend group, are very happy with me about it. But that being said, I did bring it up to them privately. They told me nobody cares, and then I go public with it, and all of a sudden they care. And I hate for people to be mad at me for saying what I think, because I think that's an important part about the internet, is to be able to say whatever you want. That being said, I 100% believe that my video will achieve its ultimate goal, and that is to get these people to disclose the fact that they are sponsored by LEGO in a very clear manner. Like, that is going to happen now. Otherwise, you're going to look at these videos that are sponsored and they just hide it in the description still, and it becomes painfully obvious that they are purposefully hiding it from you, which would be very sad to see if that continues to happen. So hopefully they make changes to their practices here. That's the way I look at it. That's the reason I made the videos, to hopefully force their hand into changing the way they do their videos, or at least in their sponsored videos. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I really think that some changes will come about because of my video. Whether or not you agreed with the way I did the video is up to you. SnoopTube Mania says, what LEGO theme do you think makes the most money? So LEGO does release yearly like the top performing LEGO themes for the previous year, and Star Wars is already always on that list, so I would have to say Star Wars. However, Star Wars is licensed and there's like licensing fees and stuff, so I would say maybe LEGO City. Like, profit-wise, LEGO City might make more than Star Wars. Those are the two that I would say probably make the most money, although LEGO City, just because it's not licensed and LEGO owns it, doesn't have to pay licensing fees or anything, probably makes more. Another LEGO Brick in the Wall says, you have an amazing speaking voice. Do you do any voice exercises before your videos? So I'm very flattered by you saying that I do have an amazing speaking voice. I never think that. My voice to me just sounds like my voice, right? Kind of, you probably think the same way about your voice, but I appreciate your kind words, my dude. I do no voice exercises at all. Maybe I should be doing some. I don't know. Maybe I need to look into that. But Buck Masterpieces says, MandRproductions, would you like to see next year's big UCS set be the Battle of Endor? So let me replace that UCS with an MBS. This would be a Master Builder Series set in my perfect little world here. And that is going to be one of my predictions when I do my LEGO Star Wars 2020 set predictions video. I think that the Battle of Endor is long overdue to be a Master Builder Series type set. They've done Cloud City. They have done Hoth in big scale. They've done the Ewok Village in this very large $200 plus set scale. I think the Battle of Endor will be the next set to be made in that way. The Battle of Endor has only seen one rendition, like of the actual battle, which is interesting because it's a pretty popular scene, but we haven't seen it in 10 years. So another Endor bunker would be really nice, and I think seeing it in an MBS type setting would be the way to go to get people in the door on a set like that. Would be amazing. Penplay says, are you at all concerned that your minifigs might scratch and chip their paint with the way you store them? So I will say, I have made some mistakes with my Minifig storage in the past. I had Sharpied some Galactic Marines. Let me see if I can grab one out of here real quick. I had like 7 of these just kind of sitting around within a bin of minifigs like this, and the red paint, or red Sharpie marker, kind of wore off onto some of like my white clones, so that took a while to clean off, and you can still see it on some of them, unfortunately, but that's one of the bigger fears I had. Now, I will say I do need to organize my figures a lot better and more cleanly and really have a display for them so that they don't continue to scratch and chip, because I think some of them are kind of degrading, but for the most part, most of my collection is pretty clean. I don't really dig through the minifig box too much, but yeah, I must say it is kind of a fear, but it's not something I've really taken action on yet. Maybe just a little bit with the by year organization that really just kind of spreads it out, but when they're in the big bin, that's not really the place for them to be. So I'll be moving them all to a much better organized state hopefully soon. Yoctoling Gamer has a bit of a long one here for us, so stay with me. It says, I honestly feel like I'm losing interest in Star Wars. It's not because of the movies, but because I'm incredibly disappointed in the fan base with how much division there is right now and how Disney is handling it. I'll still buy sets and see Rise of Skywalker, but I'm not sure about after that. Any idea of what to do? So I think you need to detach yourself from some of the online communities. Maybe mine is one of them, I don't know, but I don't like the negativity either, I'll be honest. So much of the fan base is split with Episode 8. There's the people that love it, and there's the people that just vehemently hate it, like just with real ill will in their heart, just hate Episode 8 for whatever reason. And I'm not one of those people. I don't understand it. Like, I understand it's not the best movie ever, right? And no movie well, there must be one movie that is the best movie ever. It's probably Borat. But, you know, I don't know. It is very split, and I understand that. It's kind of disheartening to see. I don't really know what you mean by how Disney is handling it. I really don't have any comment on that, because I really don't know what you're talking about. But I think after Rise of Skywalker, you have a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I think that with The Mandalorian, going to have at least 2 seasons. I'm sure there will be more. I'm sure The Mandalorian won't flop. Then we'll have the Obi-Wan show, and then the Clone Wars obviously coming out in February, and who knows what else is in store. There's a lot of great things coming for Star Wars that I think a lot of people will be less split on than Episode 8. I hate that you're so down on Star Wars because of the fandom and how split it is. Honestly, I really don't know what you can do, though. I mean, if you're losing interest in it, you're losing interest in it. I mean, that's not something that's easy to fix. It's just like a natural thing, like kind of how some kids lose interest in Lego as they grow up. It's just a normal thing, and if you're losing interest in Star Wars, I don't really know how to stop that, per se, other than telling you to just look forward to the future, look at what's coming, what's on the horizon, all the potentially really good stuff, and get excited about that. But if, you know, that bombs for you, then maybe it is time to move on from Star Wars for you personally and find something that you really enjoy, because life's too short to be dwelling on, you know, a bunch of people hating on Episode 8 and worrying about that. M&M Studios says, do you have any tips and motivation for starting a LEGO YouTube channel? Love the vids. Well, thanks, man. Honestly, I need some motivation right now. I didn't upload a video yesterday, which was Monday, October 21st. Obviously, if you're watching this video in the future, that's irrelevant to you, but I didn't upload a video yesterday. I've uploaded daily for a long, long time. It's been a few months since I missed a video, I think. I woke up late. I went to the gym, though. My gym motivation is very good right now, but my video motivation is, you know, stonks going down. But as for you, some tips and motivation, dude, just go out there and have fun. Just have fun with it. I mean, that's what I did for so many years, and I still have fun with it. I 100% still have fun with it, but especially when you're just starting, you just really have to have fun with it. You gotta find videos that you enjoy making and your own niche and your own, you know, fans and stuff, and you just start from nothing. And I mean, I didn't look at your channel with your question, but you just have fun with whatever you're doing. That's the easiest way to stay motivated. As long as you wake up every day and you're having fun with it, you're gonna want to do it, and that's the easiest way to put it. Lego Geek says, do you sit down and memorize the set numbers on sets when you get them, because it seems like you know them all? So I do a lot of stuff with Lego Star Wars. I look at sets all the time on Brickset when I'm doing research for videos. I have a really good memory with the set numbers and the piece counts and the prices. Like, I remember a lot of stuff. And also because Lego Star Wars is probably, you know, the thing I care about the most, or at least the thing I spend the most time thinking about. I don't know, maybe Call of Duty? Not sure, but essentially when your whole life and work revolves around Lego Star Wars, you're gonna remember the set numbers and the set names and the piece counts and the prices. You know, you'll just pick up on a lot of those things. And I'm not perfect with it. I don't remember every single piece count of every single set and every single set number. Unfortunately, I really wish I did. If I did a little bit more studying and you know, checked out that visual dictionary about once a week, I'd be much more on top of it. But you know, I don't purposefully sit down and memorize them. It just sticks. Shadow Slap says, what is your favorite scene of the new Star Wars trailer? And that's a tough one, because there are a ton of great scenes in the new Star Wars trailer they showed at the halftime of the Patriots-Jets game. I would have to say the best looking one is the one where the TIE fighters are approaching that ice planet, or whatever that is, floating ice in space. I can't really tell what it is, but it's really cool, is what I do know. So that's probably my favorite scene in the new Star Wars trailer. I am really hyped for the new Star Wars movie. I cannot wait for that Thursday night. It's going to be an incredible, incredible day. Really looking forward to it. Skyren says, would you rather shave your eyebrow or not be allowed to shave your beard for a full year? Bring me the razor right now. And Ronan Build says you should do a Minifig Monday. Anything to do with minifigures could be a thing, in reference to content for Mondays. And I really should just do a Minifig Monday on Monday. A short, simple video, 1, maybe 2, 3 minutes, and be done with it. Like, I could make a real cool short video and just have fun with it. Like, highlight a minifig every week. And I used to do this years ago, and I just decided that it wasn't good enough content for my channel. But maybe I will bring it back so that I can continue to upload daily. But I also don't want to... I don't know, the way I look at it is like, if I don't upload on Mondays, I can basically focus time and make all my other videos just that much better, because I just have that extra rest day and I'm able to just come back rejuvenated into it when I don't have to think about making videos basically for a day, which would be nice. I don't know. I do a lot of thinking. I need to start doing some more doing as far as making my videos better. And maybe trying out a Minifig Monthly, a couple pilot things. I did a pilot review for the Star Wars, not the Star Wars, but the Brickhead's Ghost for Halloween this year. That video's not out yet, but when it's out, please, I need your feedback on that. I think I did a really cool thing with it. It's not exactly what I want it to be yet, but it's a different style for my reviews and something that I want to keep and carry forward. It's something that I don't think is going to be every review, though. It actually won't be on sets small like the Ghost. The Ghost was just kind of a proof of concept for me. It'll be more so on like Star Wars UCS sets and direct-to-consumer sets for LEGO in the future. So kind of a tech review, iPhone type review style is what I'm really going for, but it's, you know, a step in the direction. It's good practice for me for that, and I think I need to get Final Cut Pro to really do what I want to do and open up the doors to some of the content that I want to make. So I don't know, a lot of thinking for the future at this point right now in my life, but really excited for episode 9, of course. Let me know what you guys thought of the new trailer in the comment section below. If you have a question, leave it down there below as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you all next week on episode 98. We're getting there.